Hi everyone. Today, we will discuss what he thinks day by day when you go silent. This motivational speech, inspired by Matthew Hussey, will help you understand how silence changes emotions, shifts power, and reveals true intentions. We will explore what happens in his mind, how silence creates clarity, and why choosing self-respect can speak louder than words. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is say nothing at all. Silence is often misunderstood. People think silence means weakness, confusion, or playing games. But real silence comes from strength. When you stop explaining yourself, stop chasing, and stop trying to be understood, something changes. The other person is finally left alone with their own thoughts. This is what happens in his mind day by day when you go silent. When you suddenly go silent, the first thing he feels is confusion. On day one, he tells himself that everything is fine because accepting silence feels uncomfortable. He convinces himself that you are just busy, tired, or dealing with a long day. He does not panic yet. Instead, he checks his phone once or twice, casually, pretending it does not matter. Deep down, he expects a message to arrive at any moment. In his mind, you are still there, still available, and still emotionally reachable. He believes your silence is temporary and harmless. He assumes you will explain yourself soon, just like before. This sense of predictability keeps him calm. It protects his ego. He feels in control because nothing has truly challenged his expectations yet. At this stage, the silence does not hurt him, it only slightly unsettles him. He brushes it off with logic, telling himself that there is no reason to worry. But even on day one, something small shifts. A tiny question forms in his mind. Why hasn't she reached out yet? He may ignore that thought, but it plants the first seed of awareness. And once that seed is planted, the silence has already begun to work. Do you think people value presence more when they believe it is guaranteed? By day two, his thoughts begin to shift. Your absence is no longer easy to ignore. The silence feels louder now, not because of noise, but because of what is missing. He notices the empty space where your messages used to be. He checks his phone more often, even if he pretends not to. The silence starts to sit with him. He replays the last conversation in his head again and again. He wonders if he said something wrong or if he missed a sign he should have noticed earlier. He tells himself not to overthink, but his mind keeps returning to you. Logic tries to calm him, yet emotion quietly takes over. For the first time, he feels uncertain. Your attention, once reliable, now feels fragile. And that uncertainty makes him aware of something important. Your presence was never guaranteed. Have you ever noticed how silence becomes powerful the moment someone realizes your attention is no longer assured? By day three, the silence begins to reach his emotions. It is no longer just a thought in his mind, it becomes a feeling in his chest. He starts to miss you, not only your messages, but your presence and energy. At the same time, his ego steps in. He tries to stay strong, telling himself not to care too much, not to reach out first. This inner conflict creates tension inside him.
He wonders why you are not chasing, explaining, or checking in like before. Your calm silence confuses him. It challenges the role he believed he had in your life. Curiosity slowly turns into concern. He begins to feel the distance between you, and that distance creates value. What was once always available now feels rare. This is when the loss of connection becomes real. Silence, when it comes from self-respect, speaks louder than any message. It makes him feel your absence deeply because there are no words to soften it, no explanations to comfort him. And in that quiet space, emotions that were once hidden begin to surface. Have you ever noticed how silence becomes meaningful the moment someone realizes they can actually lose you? The core idea of this message is simple. Your silence creates space, and in that space, emotions grow, clarity forms, and truth reveals itself. When you remove your constant presence, you also remove comfort. He is forced to notice what life feels like without your attention. Silence shifts power, not to control him, but to reconnect you with your self-worth. It is not about making him suffer, it is about letting reality speak louder than words. The solution is not disappearing out of anger or fear. The solution is choosing intentional silence. You stop reaching out not to punish, but to protect your peace. You allow him to experience your absence without explanation. This gives him the chance to step up with real effort, real communication, and real clarity. And if he does not, you gain clarity too. Silence becomes your filter. It shows you who values you when you stop doing all the emotional work. Silence is powerful because it reveals truth. It shows you whether someone misses your presence or only enjoyed your attention. When you go silent from a place of self-respect, you stop begging for love and start attracting it. Remember, the right person will not be confused by your silence. They will be moved by it, and they will come forward with honesty and intention. And most importantly, are you ready to choose self-respect, even if it means letting someone walk away?